Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Glad to have you back. Now, we are just off of this Brogni fusion, and after giving it some days to consider, without some pros and cons, then I'm going to say, and maybe you'll agree, maybe you'll disagree. This is kind of my take on it. So, as a pro, I think that having no rares to level up uh, really kind of was just better. I think if they changed the structure of how they did it, so we don't have to go for every event, etc., but they remove the rares, which saves us resources, potions, energy, time. That to me was a pro. No rares to deal with, just even with traditional fusions, get rid of rares. It is a kind of a big expense on your resources. Another pro you could say is any Lego is worth going for. Now, yes, if you just take this index, does not matter how many times you tap on it, there's always something that wants to give you a red dot. Now, given he was a pretty tough fusion, is he worth going for? Yes, if it's capable, if you have the resources, if you can do it, yes. You should definitely try it. I mean, I've seen videos on him so far. There's big shields, he's doing some pretty amazing stuff. So there is always that. Any Lego is kind of worth going for. Another pro is, which maybe not a pro, but it's a true fact, is we did have a little bit of notice before this. We heard there was a fusion. I think we had a couple of weeks' notice to build up resources. So in a sense, me starting this with little amounts of stored up items could have been a lot more. Could have went a little bit more surgical with it, but it would have helped some people. Ultimately, there may have been a wall within the fusion they would have hit. Champion chase, summon event, jump training. So, but we had a little bit of time to build supplies, so can't deny him that. Another pro is he's a pretty badass champion. He just is. There's loads of videos. Go watch him. He's doing pretty amazing things in Doom Tower, in Clan Boss. He's stunning people, HP burning people. So now to the cons. Now one of the bad parts was we needed all fragments. Could not miss any events. So as I'm watching CCs like J Gigs, Cobrew, it's good to see in a sense because I'm going through the same thing with this. Having a free to play account, that any event literally could have cost me this fusion. Now I was lucky that I had some sacreds at the time, I had some shards from Clan Boss, otherwise I would not have been able to finish it, and that really sucks. So making it where we require all frags and not just like a regular fusion, a regular fragment fusion, I think that would have been way better. Collecting all frags and making any event unmissable, I just thought it was kind of rough. Also, got written down as no leniency with events. As I was saying, we had to collect every single thing. Kind of sucks, which meant we had champion training at one point, as Golem, dungeon divers, artifact enhancement, so much going on at once. And for certain players, that's just like you can only do so much in a day. I say putting it during CVC makes it kind of a paywall, along with clan versus clan, which is an obvious paywall. You've now got clans. Oh, I'm not leveling up champions. I'm collecting this. I will do it when clan versus clan comes out, which is all fine and good. But this fusion in itself, I think, being in conjunction with that, meaning you'll have some clan versus clan duties as well as events to work on. Just, just you need to be buying energy, get refills, potentially buy chickens for your resources that are going all over the place. So fusions, potentially just do not line them up with CVC. It's going to make everything a lot easier for just a lot more people. Their con is the low spenders, the free to play, have to farm less resourceful dungeons. So if you're looking at the spider will have to do the Ice Golem Fire Knight, if we're a lower player, we do a lower dungeon, and that takes us even longer. If I have loads of things to do, CVC, enhance artifacts while doing Ice Golem, while doing Dungeon Divers, while doing this, do that, do this. Again, it's too much, and if you're obviously grinding 15, 16, you're not getting the benefits of 20, so it's just going to cost you more resources, and having them spread out just doesn't make any sense. Okay, the artifact enhancement, as well as the Dungeon Divers event. Now, in the 2+ years this game has kind of been out, never in artifact enhancement history has there been such a bloody high number to get to. Yoshi was 26, 25. They're either like 1400, 1450. You may get certain ones over 1,000, then 2,000, but never in a million years did anybody expect to get kind of shafted with a third artifact enhancement at 3,300 points, which had me scraping for silver, had me doing miniature gear cleanses, had me looking at what can I sell, because obviously you could not miss any events, so you had to commit to doing it. Same with Dungeon Divers, they're not really easy. The scoring system is different to, I'll say, like a dragon or Ice Golem, etc. So it really is, it's just a lot of work to get them done, and you made them a lot more difficult, so really sucky that you did that. Another con would be the fact that although it's maybe not a con, it's personal, it's kind of how you look at it. It's the champ training was 12,750 points, which if you have a few champions, some energy, you can get kinda going, you can kinda work with it. Overall though, from looking from the outside, it was a bit high, especially with everything else going on. I think it should have been around 9,000, 10,000. That would have 10,000 would have just still been more than enough. It definitely wasn't popular, and I think that could have been a wall that certain players hit in this fusion. Got multiple events and tournaments at the same time, way too much to do at once. Yet again, making it kind of a paywall. It is what it isn't. Just means the person paying money will pay more money for more gems, for more energy, for more chickens, for more potions, just to get this done, while having everything out, which is a good way to make money, but yet again, if you've got everything out at the same time, and you've got the poor guy on the street who's only got pocket change, then he's kind of stumped waiting for energy to come back, he's going to the bazaar to buy energy, he's got a spare refill, and then that's him done. So I think you can have multiple events, but some notice or make the requirements just a little bit lower, so we're not stuck there wasting a lot of our resources, a lot of our energy that we could be using elsewhere. And I just thought one of the biggest cons was, said it before, had to do every event, but yeah, just missing one event. Missing the summoning event, missing champion chase, missing champion training, missing anything. You could have 3 level 50s and be going for Fenchi and miss that event, and then you're not getting anything. You're left with 3 epics. So I wasn't really big on that. I understand fusions have to have a bit of difficulty. And obviously, if you're putting money into it, you're able to buy energy refills, just kind of play on, play on, play on. Then it won't bother you because you're just going to get it done. But for the people that collect shards from Clan Boss, don't get all these deals. Like, I know I keep saying low spender, but it's a good example. No, you're not making everything fair, meaning you have to complete every single dungeon or every single event. It's just way too much. I think this fusion, there's pros because it was a good champion. No rares to mess with, which saved us a lot of energy and resources. But they kind of made it quite difficult. Everything was on at the same time. It was hectic, and I've probably only did dailies in advance for like the last 2 days. So I'm still winding down from this fusion. Just kind of to get back and get interested again. But after all this training, I had to take a break. So that's the pros and cons so far. I wanted to share them with you. We got a good champion, but it was a hell of a battle. That's just some pros and cons I've got on the fusion I wanted to share with you guys. So as always, keep on raiding and stay safe.